This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
I'm kind of on the outs with Little People of America.
Oh.
So I tried getting on a dating site once, and they would not let me on there because I am not a little person.
And co-host Marnie Winfield.
You're tapering yourself down from your hangover or whatever. Oh no, when that started rolling into a whole another entire day of drinking, it just didn't stop.
Never does. It is the 8th of October, 2021. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name is Marnie Winfield.
You're probably like, the hell you guys doing? You're late. You're supposed to do one yesterday.
I got all kinds of disappointments.
You want to hear some excuses? We got a bunch of them. Nah, it is what it is, man. Appreciate you still sticking around, though, and listening to the podcast. And we're sorry that we let you down.
Yeah. We're just,
It's lazy people.
Between the COVID and then, I'm got my back injury thing. So we're just doing the best we can.
Yeah. I'm just lazy. I could have came in here and did it myself, but it wouldn't have been the same. And then we wouldn't be doing this podcast right now. We are at full attention.
Right.
And we actually have some things that we're going to talk about. So, yeah, you could have had a half-assed one with me just rambling on about Little People of America or who knows what.
And then you're thinking to yourself, I just wasted the last 30 minutes of my life.
And hopefully, at the end of this, you won't think that, but I mean, you still could.
No promises.
Yeah, no promises for sure. But no, I ran into a friend yesterday.
Yeah?
So that's how they say it in
Who'd you run into?
Washington. I ran into a friend of mine, Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
Shout out,
Charles.
Shout out Fridays. I'm going to shout out to Charles right quick. I'm going to shout out to my boy George and also Anna Drevich. I don't know if Anna still listens. I hope that she does. Sorry, I'm going back to my piece of paper. I wrote all these names down.
Oh, wow.
Deborah Jensen, what's up?
Hey, Deb.
Shane Dagner.
What's up, Shane?
Chicago Cubs, how you doing?
Right on.
Sam's Club, what up? So much better than Costco. That's my shout outs. But anyway, you can do yours in a minute because I'm going to talk about Charles.
Okay.
And my other friend George too. They're both kind of going through the same thing. And when talking to them, it sent me back to a place where, like, when I lived in Buchanan, I lived alone, and part of my time in Fort Smith, most of my time in Fort Smith, I lived alone. And it was so easy to get, but when I was in Fort Smith, though, I was living alone. I mean, I don't know. I guess at the end of it, I was trying to get sober, but when I lived in Buchanan, it was like, I got to get sober, like it was getting so old, going to rehabs and mental facilities. It was old. Hospital visits, old. I was tired of it. I really wanted to beat it. But being alone was hard for me. I had a cat, Nico, still have her. She's beautiful, great cat. But it was hard. I did, however, go to a lot of meetings. So, I mean, I was trying to reach out and communicate, but a lot of times when you go to meetings, though, everything's cool in the meeting, and then the meeting's over, boom, everybody's gone. You don't really go to meetings and make friends. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't. It's all depending on the meeting and depending on who you are and what you want to do. But I'm sure if you went to a meeting and like if you had nobody, if you lived in a city where you knew nobody, had nothing going on, I'm sure if you said to somebody at the meeting, like somebody that you were feeling or whatever, not like women, but I'm just saying like just another, like for me, it would be another guy. I'm like, man, that dude, he said the same stuff that I've been saying, like, hey, bro, you want to go have coffee, get some pizza or something? I don't know if people ever do that, but I'm sure they do. And the guy or whoever would probably be like, sure, man. Or maybe they say no that night, but at least you can start making friends, because sometimes when you're trapped and alone, when I first moved to Fort Smith, I didn't know anybody. I worked at a radio station that had maybe 10 people work there. So it wasn't like I was working with a lot of people. I didn't know anybody. And I just went home and drank. And these guys are going through it. I didn't know at that time either that I really needed a therapist. I didn't know that. now I look back and go, man, that probably would have helped out a lot, but woulda, coulda, shoulda, can't do anything about it now. But these two both, when I talked to them, they were like, I need to talk to a therapist, man. They know, and they're trying to, I don't know how hard they're trying, but being stuck in that cycle of get up, go to work, come home, eat, go to bed, watch TV or whatever, and then just do that over and over and over and over and over and over and over. It gets old. And I remember being in that place thinking like, life sucks. This is it. I can't even get drunk.
Right.
Like, oh, this is so stupid. I hate the stupid job I'm working at. I hate it. I hate life. I'm never going to get married. I'm never going to have kids. I'm going to die. Nico's going to eat my face off. And this sucks. Life sucks. Like, maybe I should drink myself to death. And I start talking myself into it.
Right.
And I don't know. It's just hard, but I feel for those guys. But they know what they need to do, and nobody can do it for them. But
well, it's one of those things too, is that, yeah, staying clean and sober is number one. And some people find it where if they fill their time enough, then they manage to do what they know needs to be done, which is stay sober. And it works for them, but you're replacing every minute of your day with something else. And that's not healthy either. You need to have other things in your life. You need to have relationships, even if, you need to have friendships, and you need to reach out, and you need to have outlets for things that are other than just your robot mode. I get up, I go to work, and then I come back and it becomes redundant. And you have to be careful because those are the times when we become vulnerable.
Well, how do you do that though?
Just like you were saying, you got to think outside the box. If you join a gym, I met when I was in college, there's a couple girls that I met just from working out at the gym, and we ended up, like running together or whatever, and ended up being friends outside of the gym. So, because we had a common interest, things like that. In school, granted, those of you that are taking classes, maybe you want to take classes. Maybe you want to think about, is this job that I'm in, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? What would make me happy? What would fulfill me and my needs? And, make some bigger goals for yourself. I'm going to finish off graduate school, my master's in social work. And that's something I put a lot of time and effort into when I was clean and sober. Granted, when I picked up the bottle again and went back to drugs and alcohol, that wasn't an option for me. My addiction took that away from me. And now the doors are opening up again. And, after taking some time, knowing who I wasn't being solid in me and my recovery, I'm ready to take that challenge on again. So, you don't want to overwhelm yourself, but at the same time, there are opportunities out there for you, for relationships, for friendships, for different, opportunities or walks for employment.
But I'm going to say, I don't know anybody. What am I supposed to do?
You just asked me that.
I know. And this is how it works, because
what
you just said still doesn't help me go meet people. I don't know what to do. No, I'm playing the person in that role.
Okay.
Like, you didn't know we were role playing?
No.
Why do you think I had my pants off? Just kidding.
Because you always do?
Just kidding.
Man.
I do always have my pants on. But I have underwear on, though. Mm-hmm. Boxers. But the uncomfortableness, that's what helps a lot of people relax. Mm-hmm. And, I have confidence now. I go talk to that woman.
Don't go to the bar. Is that what you're getting at?
Well, yeah, but that's what they know.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Or not they know, but that's what this person that I'm playing character-wise knows. Like, that's all he knows. Like, that's how I meet people. That's the only way I can talk to women. That's the only way I can, have relationships with people if I'm buzzed, and I can loosen up and be my real self. Mm-hmm. And that's confusing, too, because that's not your real self. Mm-hmm. But the people will tell you that, and we watched a movie the other night, it was hilarious, Search Party.
Oh my God, I've never heard him laugh like, well, I have actually, but it's this funny laugh, which I don't know if any of you heard it, but it just makes, oh my God, it makes me smile. But
It was so funny.
it's like child laugh, but like almost like he couldn't stop laughing if you paid him to.
Oh my God, it was so funny. Search Party. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, but this is dumb humor.
Oh, it was, but the same dude that wrote that movie wrote Old School and a bunch of other funny movies. So
Yeah, we need to slow down right now because I don't even think these people are following where we're at right now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the movie,
So the movie, the guy was like, oh, if you smoke weed, like you spill the truth, you talk the truth. And then he like, well, I'm not talking about the movie, I guess, but I'm not going to describe it. We'll review the movie this weekend maybe. But people say that about alcohol too. That's when you're really yourself, is when, you're buzzed, then the truth comes out.
that's a bunch of
That's
crap.
not the truth. That's the asshole you come out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all have a little bit of asshole in us. And then the next day we feel like, oh my God, why did I tell him that? Or why did I say that to her? Oh my God, what did I do? Mm-hmm. That's why you have that, because you shouldn't have done it. But you know how you get rid of that? Like you were talking about last episode, little hair of the dog. Look, let's start drinking again. We'll forget all about it and F it. F everybody.
Mm-hmm. And everybody wants to use that. Oh, he was drunk, or she was drunk, or I was drunk. Like that makes up for it. Mm-hmm. And it erases it. Like it makes it okay.
I should teach a class.
Yeah.
Like how to be yourself. Like how to talk to people, how to meet people. Mm-hmm. Because those people are like, oh, I can't talk to other people. I need to have a drink, loosen up, to become myself.
Mm-hmm.
Let me be myself. And a lot of times, like for me, all I knew was a drunk Corey. Mm-hmm. I was sober up enough through work day, and then was drunk. Was drunk. If I wasn't working, I was drunk, and that was, I guess, me. But that wasn't really my soul. And to teach people like, hey, look, this is how you meet people. This is how you talk to people. It's not that hard. I mean, some people are afraid of people. I don't know.
Some people just don't. They don't like other people's company. They've become comfortable just being alone.
And there's nothing wrong with being alone.
No, there's not. There's not at all.
But when you're lonely,
yeah, there's a difference.
And there's some big monsters come run out of that closet, and they're telling you to go right back to do with your old shit. I feel bad for these guys, and I'm not going to get into all their business and put it all out there like that. But they know what they kind of need to do. And talk to a therapist. Talk about your problems. And my therapist, Susan's so awesome. Like and I've said this on the podcast many times, I think, but she lets me figure it out for myself. Mm-hmm. Just the hat thing. I'm so pissed off over PGI Graphics and Petoskey and the podunk Fort Smith service they gave me. They Fort Smithed me. I mean, so they half-assed it. And she's like, "Well, what is being mad going to do for you? What are you hoping to accomplish? Like, what is that? How do you feel?" And I'm like, "I feel mad." So the hats are getting fixed? No. Oh, so you being mad didn't fix the hats? No. Well, then why are you being mad? You have to. She knows me, I guess, well enough to know that I have to kind of come to the conclusion myself. And it's like if you showed me something, say, Corey, this is what this is. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And then, oh yeah, you're right, because it looks like, yeah, it is that. I have to come to that conclusion myself. Mm-hmm. For some reason. That's just how I was built. Mm-hmm. And I think Susan knows that a lot. And so she just, well, what about this? Or what about that? And she lets me come up with it myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know why I'm, being angry isn't helping anything. Mm-hmm. I need to just move on. Life happens. Life's not fair.
Yep.
Thank God. Thank God it's not fair. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, it's not fair. But, it happens. We're not going to win every single situation. We're not going to win every argument. We're not going to win every debate. We're not going to win every football game. You're not. That's life. That's what happens.
Yeah. And
acceptance of that and how you react to it, if you choose to react to it or if you just choose to act, that's a huge thing. those guys that I was talking about, it's time that they act. You know, oh, I don't have time to go to a meeting. I don't have time. And I'm not saying like go to a meeting and like pick up chicks or meet people. And there's so many different ways to meet women. I told Charles the other day, and I think he thought I was joking. I was like, man, get a little job at Hobby Lobby, man. I was like, women come in there. They might be a little older, but whatever. You know, go talk to the chick that's working there. Make something for your sister. You know, I was like, maybe you like painting and you don't even know it yet. He'd said, he's like, that's the thing. He's like, I don't know what I like. Like, well, this is a fun time to figure it out. You know, it's really not. It's very confusing and awkward. I remember that time when I'm like, what do I do? I'm going to be a painter. And then I painted something everybody thinks is a vagina. It's not. I don't even know what it is. It's abstract. My mom's like, why do you got a picture of a vagina on your wall? It's not.
Subconsciously.
I think Chris Goss was like, what? That's a vagina, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's not just your mom.
Like, no, it's not a vagina. It's abstract.
Well, I mean, circling back around to like the friend thing, I mean, I get it. I get it too. When you're early in recovery, well, for me, I was very protective of when I mean, I didn't know for sure. You never know for sure. But I was pretty confident, like, I'm turning this around for me. And I'm doing this because this is a selfish program. And I have to worry about me and what's good for me. And I'm making all these huge decisions by cutting these people out of my life and, you know, working on boundaries and working on prayer and celebrating who I am and recognizing forgiveness. And I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff that you're doing when you are, you know, 100% in it for yourself this time. So I was very protective of me and my program. And when I say my program, that sounds kind of cheesy, but that's what it is. It's like what I'm doing, like my way of doing things to make sure that I'm headed in the right direction every day. And if not movement in the right direction, at least facing the right direction, you know, because I didn't want to put too much pressure on myself. And so I'd kind of be a hypocrite if I didn't say that I know what they're talking about, you know, or like get off your ass and go find some friends, because I didn't do that. You know, I'm very protective of my social circle. But at the same time, you know, because let's put it this way, like I was comfortable with the fact that I didn't have a bunch of people to talk to that were my like close friends. You know, I was okay because I knew that I needed to create friendships that were real and that were honest and that were stable. And if anything, that they were safe. If that's all it was just, you know, people that I could reach out to, that I would be comfortable sharing stuff with. Even just having a conversation doesn't mean you need to have an outing. Doesn't mean you don't have to have friends to actually go someplace with. And this is me talking about me and my program, not like in terms of staying busy. But, you know, I have those people today. You know, I have those people that I can reach out to, and people that I could call to, you know, go out with COVID and everything. I haven't really done that. I know I said the COVID word, but, you know, I don't know.
But pretend that you don't have those things, you know, like how, I don't know. Like I remember back to when I didn't have those things, and it was hard.
So like this is how I did at one point in my life when I was at a sober position in my life. And I was in an unfamiliar area, and I knew I didn't want to find anybody, you know, friendships at a bar, was at work. And it wasn't the people that I actually worked with, but if you like the break room or whatever. I know that sounds so Office Space, but no, for real. Like I ended up, you know, finding, there was a lady who was my age at the time. I was like 27, 28. And like, we ended up making plans to go out to dinner, you know, on a Friday night afterwards, and she didn't drink, and, you know, it was a healthy relationship, and I got to know her. So you have to be comfortable, you know, reaching out and actually like opening up to people.
I think volunteering is a good way too.
Yeah, volunteering is a great way.
You can meet people, and you might meet a sweet old lady who's like, "Oh, you got to meet my granddaughter."
Mm-hmm. You're talking about getting hooked up?
Yeah. Just because, like, you never know when you're going to meet that person. You never know when the opportunity is going to come. You never know what pushing you or what people who might be pushing you is going to lead you to. We talked about that yesterday when I got the job at Hearthside Grove. It's like an RV resort, which was a very cool job. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. I was living in sober living at the time. And, I was, 41, 40, something like that. And then, it wasn't like an ideal dream job, but, man, it was a cool job. And that's something I was talking to Charles about, too, is find something that you like to do. Mm-hmm. I've been avoiding work my whole life. I got paid for it for a minute, doing radio. That was awesome. I loved it. I loved entertaining people. That was like stealing money almost. Like they paid me to go. They paid me for me to go have a good time. Mm-hmm. It was silly, but I loved it. And doing this, I love doing this. I love doing the podcast. I love taking people to treatment. I love helping people. I love coming up with ideas and ways and things. And I love growing 217 Recovery. I love that thing. And I applied the other day for some baseball job. I probably won't get it, but I don't know. I was like, man, that'd be cool. Whatever. Yeah, I'll do that. Mm-hmm. Like, let me do it, please. They probably wouldn't even really have to pay me. I'd probably just do it because I think it'd be cool. But that's the thing, like some people, like my stepfather, he's in tool and die. But you see, he likes designing things. And like he does the blueprints and all that stuff and but he likes that. Mm-hmm. Me, I'm like, that's work. I gotta go sit there on the horizontal mill all day, or like the vertical mill. Oh, I hated that. Like I gotta go do that today. Hot chips going down my shirt. Ooh, I hated that. No thanks. But my stepdad loves it. So like, where some people would call it a shop, other people, well, that's a factory. Mm-hmm. Depends how you look at it. But if you like it, if it's something that you just enjoy doing, it really helps. Now, if you're sitting there making pies all day or something, or fixing a machine that makes pies 7 days a week, it's not fun. And not every job is fun.
Right.
But if there's something that you can take out of it, whether you're a supervisor or maybe you like fixing shit, hey, that would be a good job for you then. That would be fun. But I don't know, just find your purpose and don't let the work overtake you. A lot of people in early recovery will run to somebody else. It's that codependency thing that most of us have. And when that's not there, what else do you know? Oh, I just work all the time. Like you said earlier, you just throw yourself into it and just, I know how to do this. And it's just as dangerous, when people say, well, don't date for a year. They should be like, they wouldn't say don't work for a year, but, work on yourself for a year. And, and those two have been doing that, which is great. But at the same time, it's what's going on isn't healthy with them. And
well, I'll tell you this, though. You think about it this way. We got something going for us in recovery, 100% on meeting people, because we have meetings. I mean, if you think about it, you're going to find friendships that are with people that are like-minded. Not everybody in meetings is going to be the same. They're not going to be like-minded, as the same minded as you or what have you. But you got that going for you. Mm-hmm. You have a meeting place where there's different people coming to different times. Every time it's a different crew of people, not 100% different, but you're going to find people that, are going to be, that's going to be your best possible chance of finding people that are going to be safe friendships for you at that time in your life.
And it gives you something to do.
And it's something to do.
Get you out of the house.
And it's not like you need to handcuff friendship to these people. It's just, they're there for the same reason you are. And that's to, live a life of recovery. And it's just a little tiny piece of it. And, so right there, I mean, great opportunity to find some people to hang out with. Do something, make plans, go to a movie, catch a movie, go snowmobiling, go, no, I'm just saying, like, you'll have those conversations. People will share about stuff randomly about what they're up to and what they've been doing. And you'll people fishing. I know people that have been going to meetings, that through my work or whatever, and they'll find other people that know where the spots are at, to go and, whatever. So that's why I'm saying think outside the box.
But they got to do it.
You got to do it. Yeah, you got to let yourself go on that.
Embrace the uncomfortableness of it.
Exactly.
It's uncomfortable because you've never done it. That's fine.
Well, it's the perfect way to say it.
It'll get easier, though. And it does.
Mm-hmm. Put yourself out there.
For sure.
For sure.
Do it. Do it. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Look at it as an adventure. It's fun. And you can email me all about it.
Yeah. So, my shout outs.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick before you shut it down on me.
Man.
No, I just want to say, I've had the opportunity the last couple days.
I've got music for you.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Is that what you're doing?
This is your shout out music.
Oh, my shout outs. Okay, so I'm going to shout out to Samantha. And I'm going to shout out to Colin. Shout out to Shannon. Shout out to Gerald. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Shane. And let's see. Last one. I'll shout out to Renee.
I don't know why I hit that one.
I don't know either. But yep, that's what I got. So,
nice. Do you like your shout out music?
I do.
And I'm going to shout out to our moms.
Shout out to moms.
So I don't forget you.
Right on.
Oh, man, I want to talk about that too, but we'll probably do that on tomorrow.
Great.
Marnie apologizes for not doing the podcast yesterday or making me do it.
Well, thank you for taking it upon yourself to apologize for me.
Yeah, that's what I do. Your husband, that's what I do. Magic stuff.
Yeah.
But if you want to support us, follow us, you can always
win a bunch of free shit from 217 Recovery. Go to the app or the website, 217recovery.com.
See, I just hit the button. Isn't that awesome? And then he says it. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you mañana.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. For more episodes plus bonus features, download the 217 Recovery app and support recovery by rating us in the App Store.